That's what I really liked about your book when I was reading it, because you help us think more broadly about what meaning is, because I know that I work with many organizations and helping them define their purpose. And we do a lot of exercises on helping people tie the organizational purpose with their own purpose, or the organizational values with their own values. But you, in your book, talk about that to have a meaningful life, or to really talk about meaning, we need to talk, there's different dimensions to it. It's not just purpose. It's comprehension, it's purpose, it's significance, and it's belonging.
Yes.
And I found that super interesting, because I think that when we talk a lot about meaning, we focus a lot, I know I do, on comprehension and purpose. Do people understand what the purpose is, and do they link that to their own purpose? But the part about significance and belonging I found very interesting in the context of this conversation. Can you tell us a little bit more about how you came up with these dimensions, and kind of, I think for the people that haven't had the chance of reading them, what do they mean?
Yes, so thank you, Terry. So that was actually coming out of when we started into the Meaning Research Project. We collected a lot of research that's been done, as well as 20, like we did a literature search. So we collected the most recent studies that have been done in positive psychology, as well as all of these different assessments that have been done in this space since the 50s, like up to 20. And so we were curious looking at those in thinking about how we were going to approach it. And so actually it was through this research that is just emerging. And I was so excited because it was more intuitive for me that I fell upon the word significance. I was rereading the book, Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. That comes out of actually excellent conscious business and a lot of the development that I've done, with the community, myself being developed. And so one of the things that I wrote down, the initial idea, was about finding significance through these indicators of challenge, work, and love. And I was so excited when I found multiple studies were defining these dimensions of how we experience a meaningful existence. The first being, like you said, comprehension, which is really the question of who am I, what happen to make me who I am. It's the same for an organization, right? We're a system, an organization is a system. Right, so having that same ongoing question, who am I becoming, right? What happened to make me who I am? A lot of this is stuff that organizations, like you said, are making sense of, what's needed now, and then moving into purpose. So how are we directing, right? Purpose is common aim or goal. It's a direction that we are pointing collectively. And how do we invite people in to connecting, like you said, their sense of purpose, what's purposeful to them, to the shared purpose or mission of the organization. And then, and I would say significance, what's really cool about this, and this is just out of a study from 2020, and it's the importance of mattering. And so if you think about that, right, I think the pandemic and different crises, what they really bring us back to is what matters, right? What matters at work, what matters in life. And so our challenges actually are a great invitation to get more clarity on that. And then I'll just talk a little bit about belonging. So I'd say there's an ongoing need for humans. We want to belong, and we also want to grow and expand beyond our current circumstances. So there's this tension that we're in. We're not going to resolve it. It's just how are we going to be in relationship with it. And people, I think in organizations, a lot of times, they're longing to continue to learn, to grow, to aspire. And so how do we do that in service of what the organization needs and also the individuals? And that they feel like they are part of something greater than themselves. I know for me that when I get up and I can connect to that part when I'm leading myself, it makes a huge difference in the quality of how I stay inspired and show up, right, in all avenues in my life.